Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Repitch, where we revisit, review, and redo movies. I'm David, and I'm here with my co-host Richard.
Hey guys.
So, in this retrospective episode, we're bringing you a 50th episode special.
Ooh.
It's our 50th episode.
Yeah. Congratulations, David. You've put up with me for 50 episodes.
And you as well. You put up with me as well.
Oh, you're professional, David. It's been a pleasure. Oh man.
Thank you, and many more to come. So,
Yeah.
But for this 50th episode, we're doing something special for everybody. Richard, you want to take that? Then let us know.
Usually on big occasions, we have like a Gauntlet episode where we have a bunch of movies or TV shows in a little Daniel's cup over here. If you guys can hear that. Can you guys hear that? Yeah, you guys. I recorded it. And we have a bunch of cups. We have a bunch of names here. And usually we try to pitch something against each other, try to pitch a better version. But today, on our 50th episode, we're going to actually try to pitch a version of the movie together as a team, which we've never done before, which is pretty interesting.
Yes.
No planning.
Yes, teamwork.
What are you saying, David?
I was just going to say teamwork makes the dream work, so you know.
Exactly. No planning, just blind eye. I got some good movies here, David. I have like Venom, Let There Be Carnage, the Cruella movie, Clifford.
Actually, I mean, I don't know the movies that you picked, so do you want to just quickly go down the list of movies that are in that gauntlet
it's
right now?
It's a long list, but like, yeah.
Oh, you have a long list.
Kingsman.
How many movies do you have in there?
There's about like 20 movies in here.
20 movies, okay.
So it could literally be anything, but I'm excited. Are you ready, David?
I am ready.
I mean, again, like we're gonna pick just to go over the ground rules. We're gonna pick a movie. You and I are gonna talk about what we know about the movie, try to pitch a better version of the movie, and I think we can't really judge ourselves on the movie. So, listeners, this is your opportunity just to completely annihilate us or like praise us of how amazing our pitches are. So yeah.
And quick note, I don't know if you mentioned this or not. Did you say that these were all upcoming movies, or did you mention that at all?
These are all the movies coming out in 2021, baby.
Right. So no old movies or anything. It's movies that nobody's ever seen yet.
Exactly. So. Like either we're gonna be prophets or we're gonna just like completely miss the shot here.
So,
you ready?
So yeah, I'm excited. Yes, let's do this.
Let's go at this. All right. Let's see. What's the first movie?
Pick number 1.
Oh my god, it's stuck. All right, I got it.
Drum roll.
I got it out. Let's see. The first movie is Matrix 4.
Matrix 4.
Yeah.
All right. So, do we know anything about this movie so far? Do you happen to know anything?
There's absolutely nothing about this movie. There's no description. All we know is Keanu Reeves in this. All we know is that Trinity's back. That's it.
Right. And there's also, we just know a little bit of the cast. Unfortunately, no Morpheus.
Neil Patrick Harris is in this for some reason. I don't know why. But
that's right. Neil Patrick Harris. Jada Pinkett's coming back, so that's cool.
Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting one.
Oh, look. It says Priyanka Chopra is supposed to be in this.
Yeah, I don't know why she's top listing in this IMDb, but we'll see. So, all right, David. There's nothing. We don't know anything. We have no help at all.
No, none. So, I mean, let's go off of what we do. Do you remember the original trilogy?
Of course.
Like
the first one was
ends,
iconic, but the third one ends stupid. That's all I remember.
But do you happen to remember how the story ends? Pretty much like
it ends in a happy note. I forgot how though. Trinity dies.
Does she? Oh yeah, she does.
She dies.
And pretty much Neo becomes the source. Pretty much, she becomes like the whole Matrix. He ends up sacrificing himself. That's the whole thing. I forget details of it, so I'm sure purists are gonna hate on us for
sure. Because there's a whole universe when it comes to the Matrix.
Yeah. So, but based off of that, we were kind of left at this. What we thought was the ending, like the story was closed. Where do you think we can take this? Like, where do we think the story of Matrix can continue on? How can it go further?
Well, each matrix, if I remember, is like a simulation, right?
Right, pretty much, yeah.
And the machine is basically like they captured all the humans, harvesting energy. So what if a new type of machine is taking the machine's place? A new type of AI, like an evolution.
So let's take it back real quick. So they're all still stuck in that like post-apocalyptic scenario.
Yes.
Are you saying
they're all still?
So like,
does it end with? You know what? Yeah, they're still stuck there.
Like in that whole like desolate world where they're fighting the machines and
they're not fighting it. There's like this mutual understanding. It's like the U.S. and Russia. They're not fighting, but just don't like each other as much. You know.
It's like symbiotic, just living together.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
But there's how about there's like a new threat, like this evolution, like what Mr. Smith was trying to be was actually actualized, and it's dooming the whole world, not just the machines, but also the human race, and like there's no way for the humans to fight it alone. There's no way for the machines to fight it alone. So they take Neo back out of the source and put it into a new body. Ooh, you know what's crazy?
Oh,
yeah. You know, I remember, like, they just touched upon this in the Matrix, but you know, the Matrix that we've seen in movies is only one simulation, one like scenario that's been. The second movie, they're talking about how many scenarios or simulations the machines made. It's like made like a couple, and there's one.
That's right.
Yeah, there's one with vampires and werewolves. Do you remember that? Like, I mean, there was a conversation they had that, and you know the twins in the second one.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be like werewolves or ghosts or something.
Oh, was that like an unintended like tie into like Underworld?
No, it just happened to be wearing leather and happened to look like that. But what if in this scenario, all those cases, like all those simulations are working together and combined to fight against like this new thing, this new.
So we're entering a Matrix multiverse right now.
Oh, that's exactly.
That's what we're going into.
And there's more than one Neo. There's a vampire Neo.
More than one.
Because there's always been a chosen one. Yeah.
Okay. So this new Neo that we're gonna be introduced to, are we gonna see the old Neo at all?
Oh,
or
no.
Is this gonna be just like new one, completely new? Like,
no, I think he would be there, but he's gonna. How about they make like an Avengers Neo, like Avengers of Neos?
Avengers.
But like, yeah,
that'd be pretty fun.
Oh, you know, it'd be great if like there's like one of the chosen ones and another like quote unquote simulation / universe would be like Nicolas Cage. I'm gonna fight to the death for that. Nick Cage is one of the chosen ones.
Nick Cage is chosen. So he's gonna be one of the bad guys, or he's gonna be one of the good guys. Good guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
right,
what do you think so far? How do you feel about this?
I'm liking it. I'm liking where it's going. I like where we're headed so far. I like the idea that we're entering this Matrix multiverse, and the idea that the bad guy is gonna be this like how'd you describe it as, like this AI figure that's coming out and becoming more of like a tangible thing.
Exactly.
It's like here's the other side. I guess it wouldn't be the Matrix if we don't go into the Matrix.
Exactly.
Forget what
it has to be.
Yeah, it has to be in there. Forget my thought.
It could be like like this new AI that not only hacks the machines, but it also maybe hacks human beings too. And Trinity's a bad guy. She's the new villain.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because when Neo and Trinity had a relationship, it was super awkward. It was super uncomfortable. I don't know if you remember, but like they were bearable in the first movie, but in the second and third, I was glad she died in the third movie. I'm like, oh, finally they're gonna stop saying how much you guys love each other and just panting and just disgusting. But like, how heartbreaking would it be if Neo had to fight Trinity, knowing that like there's no way to save her, that he has to eventually like destroy her?
That would be the only weakness for him.
Exactly.
So that would make sense. Yeah. I see that.
So Trinity's a bad guy.
I like that. I like that. Or is she just gonna be? No, is she the bad guy, or is she gonna be just a shell? Like, is she just gonna be the puppet?
She's a shell. Like, we'll say like the new AI is able to hack into people and machines, and they hacked into Trinity. I don't know how she's alive.
Interesting.
We'll just say she lived. It doesn't matter.
It's okay. It's the Matrix. Neo's coming back.
Yeah.
Everybody's coming back. It's okay.
And I don't know. What happened to Lauren Fishburne? What's his name?
Fishburne. Lawrence Fishburne.
What happened to him in the third movie? Did he die?
No, he's still. I'm pretty sure he was still around. Nothing really. So I think let's really hope that the Matrix is just pulling our leg and he's actually in the movie.
Yeah. Oh,
but if he's not, we could just write him off as doing something else.
Or he died from the simulation. You could, but
just kill him off. Is it more honorable to kill him off?
But not off screen, on screen.
Okay, yeah. That's true.
I hate it when movies like, yeah, he died, but we're not gonna see that. I hate that. It's the worst.
Right.
We gotta do them dirty like that.
All right. So I think we got the ideas all around us, but let's break it down. So beginning, what we're introduced to Neo and the characters, and we introduce the world, right?
I feel like we will need you know how movies introduce a world with a character that's a character that's learning it for the first time.
Yeah.
Maybe something similar to that, where we meet like a new Neo type, but not as powerful, just a regular Joe that comes out of the fake world into the real Matrix world. He took the blue pill. He's in the reality. It's a blue pill, red pill. It doesn't matter. But he took the pill and he's like, whoa, I'm experiencing this. But like as they're going through the Matrix, like they're noticing, wait, something's wrong, something's off. Like gravity's not working, or these weird glitches are happening.
Okay, I think the topic of training day is still in my head, so I think I kind of like that.
Yeah,
we're going like almost as if Neo or somebody in that world is training this new guy.
Exactly.
So like I like working with that. We'll start off with that. At one point, are we gonna see the conflict start coming up? And
probably in this,
you said
probably in the second act, we'll see like machines are like going haywire around the world. We'll see the stuff in the Matrix are not doing well. People are like, things are like physically eroding when it shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
And we see a little bit of that, like people, like friendships and stuff, like people are not responding back at Zion, and we find out, oh, Zion got hacked. Everyone in Zion are bad guys now.
You know what I want? I want so the Matrix to still be the Matrix, but then after the events of Matrix 3, I kind of want this new Zion to be kind of like in developing. Like it's no longer that like desolate kind of world.
Yeah,
they're
underground.
like they kind of have us underground. They have like a city kind of established a little bit more.
So above the dark smoke and into the light.
Yeah, so like they're starting to come out a little bit more. They're a little bit more established. They're a little bit more grounded, and like there's more foundation in that society.
Right. No, that's cool. I like that. That'd be good.
So yeah, and
I hope you know we have to see them be destroyed, though, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's the whole, like you said, that's the conflict. Their very way of life is becoming threatened again because of this new development of that AI and the way that is hacking into their system again. So, but working off of that, where else are we going to take this?
Maybe towards the middle of the second act, we see our main character, our main lead. Who should he be? Who's a kind enough young guy? Tom Holland. We'll say Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. All right.
You can't go wrong with Tom Holland, right?
I guess you can't.
Like Tom Holland is in a mission to communicate with the central machine, and like they both realize like, oh, they're not. The central machine is not doing this. Like, it's clearly something worse off. So like they need help, and that's when the central machines agrees to do something it's never done before, to like merge the Matrix and bring back Neo. And that's when we're introduced to an older like Neo, and go like into like that craziness.
Okay.
But like then we'll say Trinity died, but her consciousness is still somewhat in the Matrix. But like that's when the AI sees like, oh, you're gonna do that, then we're gonna bring people that died, and we could bring up a bunch of people that died from the first movie. Like, oh, you can't bring back Jet Li. Jet Li would have been great. Like a bunch of people.
Jet Li.
No, he's too old now. He's not feeling well.
Well, I don't think Jet Li was in the movie.
Yes, he was.
No, I don't think so.
I'm like, but we'll bring. So that's how. So the new bad guys bring back Trinity, and other people.
All right. So, ending conflict though. Where is this? Is this going to be a battle at the end?
Jet Li is in Matrix. I'm telling you. He's
Jet Li.
He's the protector of the Oracle.
That's definitely not him.
Oh, then never mind. I'm just being racist. I'm sorry.
But he was looked for the role.
Yes, he was. Whoops. All right. The final conflict. I feel like it'd be better to build this up into another trilogy because they're probably already doing that.
Oh, all right. So how is this gonna break down then?
So
what are we seeing at the end of it, and what is it? How does it become okay? Like,
how about
is our problem for this movie the larger problem for all the 3 movies, or is this just gonna be for this one movie?
I think it should be like they've defeated only a pawn in the whole chessboard, and there's still the king and other bad guys. So maybe Trinity is not there yet, but in the end we're introduced that Trinity is back alive. So maybe there's someone else as the bad guy, kind of like he looks like he's in control doing all this stuff, but in reality he is only a puppet. Maybe Morpheus.
I see. Morpheus.
That'd be great.
That'd be interesting.
Oh man, I was so sure that Jet Li was in the Matrix, but it's someone else. But yeah, what do you think?
All right. I think this is a tough one, but I do like where we're going with this. With it. Matrix is like a tough movie to try to like pitch.
Because it's not like an ABC movie. It's like, what if this insane thought becomes this reality, becomes that?
But I don't know. What do you think of our pitch?
I think it's pretty fun. I think it'd be good. I'd love to see Nick Cage as in the Matrix.
Let's go through that. Let's go through a series of casting decisions. Obviously, Keanu Reeves, Neo, Carrie-Anne Moss, Trinity. We're gonna keep those people, but you added in Nicolas Cage.
We should add. We can't add The Rock because The Rock is too unreal to be in this Unreal show movie.
No, because The Rock would just tear through anything AI and real. He would do it, like destroy everything
for sure. Do we want to see Mr. Smith make a return or no?
Hugo Weaving, I do want to see him. I feel like it's wrong for him not to be in it.
Some version of it. Maybe like
exactly.
Yeah, the machine just completely uses him as like AI, not AI, as like a serving robot, and
kind of like Armin Zolo.
Exactly.
Remember like him in Winter.
You know who I love to see as one of the heroes, one of the other simulations, other Matrix like Neos, Captain America, Steve Rogers, Chris Hemsworth. No, Chris
Evans.
Chris Evans. He'd be great.
Like him as a character in the Matrix.
Yeah. But not in
That's
this.
Interesting. Actually, yeah.
But like maybe that'd be great.
I think so. I think he could do that post-apocalyptic kind of like role well. I mean, Snowpiercer. I thought he was great.
Exactly. Who would direct this?
All right. Who would direct this?
I'm pretty sure. Are we sticking to this?
To Wachowski?
No, I want to take this away from them.
You want to take away their story?
Okay. Like hot take right now, David. The only and the last good movie they made is The Matrix, and that's it.
First movie.
That maybe they wrote the screenplay for Viva Mandela. That was just the.
Oh, they wrote that?
I think so. They have a writings credit for that. So let's see directing.
Okay.
Yeah, can you recall a last good movie they directed?
No, not really.
No, right?
Not really.
Speed Race. You know what? I'm gonna do a Speed Racer repitch one day because that's an interesting movie. That could have been better.
That deserves a repitch. But oh yeah, director. Who do you think would be a good director for this?
Oh man,
who would be?
You know, David, this is more of your wheelhouse. Who do you think? Who's a good?
If we're going sci-fi,
You gotta pick your man, man.
Nolan.
I was just about to say,
like, yeah, Nolan.
I was gonna make that
he's the first guy.
Exactly. I mean, it'll be very different, and he's not known to make the best action, but like it would.
But I think story-wise, he would take it to another level. I think, and has to deal with. I feel like a topic that he hasn't dealt with when it comes to sci-fi, so it would be very interesting.
Mm-hmm. No, I totally agree. I think he could write the heck out of the story and make it fun. But you know who I want to be like the action director and stuff like that?
Oh, who?
The Chad Steswick and David Lick, the person who directed John Wick.
Oh, yeah, that would be pretty sick.
They're in a bunch of stuff, but like they are one of the reasons why John Wick is so popular the way it is.
For sure.
If you have,
I would also.
Yeah. Know what you're saying?
So, finish off.
I mean, I feel like you. What do you call it? Who's the director that we directed? Christopher Nolan would make a great story.
Oh,
but I feel like Chad and David would make the action scene just memorable again.
I do agree. I also, speaking of action, I've always enjoyed Matthew Vaughn.
Yeah? No, you can't go wrong with that.
His action has always been fun for me. But yeah, I think, wow, that'd be so interesting. Christopher Nolan taking on Matrix.
Yeah. He would never, but that'll be...
No, yeah, he probably would never. No. But actually, you never know. People thought he'd never take on Batman. He
made Batman the way it is.
Exactly.
It's thanks to him we have to watch gritty movies. All right, no, that's not true. But yeah. Oh, should we do? I mean, I like our pitch. Audience members, please let us know how you feel. But should we?
Yes, please.
Should we do one more?
Let's take it.
Let's do it. Let's do one more. Let's hope for a big one.
Let's go.
All right. Let's see what it is. Oh man, can't wait for this one. Yo.
What is it?
Spider-Man 4.
Spider-Man 4. Like Tobey Maguire?
No, the
Tobey Maguire's? Oh, like
the new MCU Spider-Man. Spider-Man 3, my bad, not 4. I don't know.
Oh,
I wrote MCU Spider-Man.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. This is wow. We've been prepping for this for so long.
Oh, yo. We don't know anything about the script, but I feel like every week we hear crazy Spider-Man news. Let me look up who's casted so far. So we have Zendaya, Tom Holland. We have Benedict.
Yeah, your normal cast.
Yeah, normal. We have Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. We have Jamie Foxx as what do you call it? As Electro. We have rumors of Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, a bunch of crazy names here and there. And like none of this solidified until we see the trailer, but oh yes, Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus
as Doc Ock,
one
of the greatest Spider-Man villain or greatest actors to play a Spider-Man villain.
I think people don't like him in it. I'm like, you're insane. He did a great job.
He did so good. Yeah. I loved him.
Oh, David, I think this is too much. I can't do this.
This is a lot. I mean, you named a lot of people, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. I mean, clearly this is like some kind of multiverse Spider-Man movie. Where are they going with this?
So with this, I think we've been kind of talking about it with the rest of the other MCU stuff. It's supposed to tie into like the WandaVision and then Multiverse of Madness, the Doctor Strange 2 movie. And I think Spider-Man 3 is supposed to kind of like round out the arc of that multiverse story. Now, if it's going along those lines, then we can assume that in WandaVision, Wanda kind of creates this mess. Doctor Strange, his movie's gonna be about him trying to fix this mess. And then I think Spider-Man 3 is gonna be more about them dealing with this mess.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So with that in mind, I mean, just from the casting notices, you could say that we're probably going to be introduced to Sinister Six somehow.
Have you read? I mean, this is a little bit off tangent, but like in the best way. In July 2016, it was like the 600th issue of Spider-Man. Like it's called Happy Birthday, and that is how I was introduced to Spider-Man comics. I got the paperback of it. It is literally the most amazing thing where Spider-Man is sent back in his timeline. He meets his past self and his future self as like what would happen in his life, and he's with Doctor Strange the whole time. But it's like Spider-Man got into a crossfire fight between Doctor Strange and Dormammu, and like it made Spider-Man go back into his past and just do these crazy things where he has to relive each battle that he's ever done in the same breath, just so he could come back into the present, and it's crazy.
Oh.
But
interesting.
How about we do something in that? Like this is what I've been thinking for such a long time. Like they can't do it exactly like that, but they could definitely do some kind of partner up with Doctor Strange, where somehow Spider-Man gets lost inside the multiverse. And like this is where he's introduced to other Spider-Mans, and he has to follow Doctor Strange's voice and commands to come back to his reality. But as he's coming back, maybe he's bringing back all the Sinister Six, all the other villains and stuff like that. What do you think? Or not?
I think I like that. I can roll with that. But yeah, I think okay. So my thought was kind of like to pick up right where the second Spider-Man left off as well.
Oh yeah,
you're introduced to how like he was
of a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's like on a cliffhanger. Like Mysterio's supposedly dead, and Spider-Man is supposedly the killer, and his identity is revealed.
Oh shoot! By J. Jonah Jameson.
Yes. So actually, this brings up another interesting cast announcement that recently came up with Charlie Cox as Daredevil.
How do you want to? What do you want to?
Which kind of makes us think that he's going to be playing Matt Murdock, the lawyer.
So maybe he's on trial. Peter Parker.
Maybe he's on trial. Peter Parker's on trial or something. Maybe there's going to be scrolling. This movie, there's so many tidbits of the MCU that can come in without any issues that it
can literally
awesome.
be about anything. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah. So I think he probably deals with that whole part of it. And then maybe he goes off to Doctor Strange to kind of hide and seek help. But by being in there, I think
he gets lost in something.
Peter Parker, he gets lost. He's kind of fooling around a little bit or something, and then he gets warped into this like multiverse jump.
Okay, I like that. Something like that would happen to him.
So like he's going through that. He's like jumping through these multiverses. He's meeting all these people, and like he's freaking out. And then that's when Doctor Strange realizes Peter's gone, and he's like, he goes out and grabs him, pulls him back, but the door stays open. And like you said, that's when all these other guys start noticing. One by one, they're all popping in, going in.
Yo, I like that. I like that a lot. Wait, so what is Spider-Man trying to do here? What is he learning?
What is he learning? That's a good question.
I mean,
that's a good question.
In the comic that one I recommended, it was basically the main idea is Spider-Man realizing that being Spider-Man is a gift. That even though he went through all the hardship, like almost losing Aunt May, like losing his Uncle Ben, and all that stuff, like it was totally worth being Spider-Man because like the amount of lives he saved. Maybe this movie he's considering like, yo, I'm being persecuted left and right. Is it even worth being Spider-Man? And maybe like at this point he's like introduced to other Spider-Mans throughout the universe. Like, how is it being Spider-Man for you? Some of them love it, some of them hate it. but they all agree that it was the right choice to make.
Yeah, I like that idea. I like how it can play out. Yeah, I think going along that, I was thinking kind of like he's in this mind state where like you said, he wants to give up, where he doesn't want to be Spider-Man anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe him jumping through the multiverse, I think it might trigger him not to feel good, but feel worse. Kind of more like
he sees all the stuff that
the other guys are doing, that they're able to do, and then he's also beginning to think, I'm not the only Spider-Man. Like, there are others out there. Like, he's not one of a kind. He's not
he's like his own thing.
that unique.
So he's going through some imposter syndrome.
Maybe.
Yeah.
He's going through depression.
Yeah.
Spider-Man depression.
I mean, that's what Spider-Man is known to suffer from.
Right. And so, like, I think ultimately, I think the bulk of it, we're only going to be introduced to, like, the other Spider-Man, like, briefly at a time.
It can't be too much.
And then it's going to be more so, I think it's going to be more so Peter coming back and him dealing with that reality that, like, hey, I'm not the only one out here doing this. I'm not as unique as I thought I might be.
Okay.
So he begins that thought process where he's like
he
doesn't want to do this anymore.
Am I even doing a better job than these people? Yeah.
Right. Like, and like you said, like, is it worth it for him?
Mm-hmm.
And then going along those lines, you see one by one other bad guys start coming out. So he's kind of just forced. He's forced to get back into action, and he does it. But I think he's able to handle the first few pretty well, easily, and then towards the end of it, he gets defeated, and then that's when he's ultimately drawn down. But by the end of it, with the Sinister Six teaming up, I think that's when the rest of the Spider-Man all kind of pop out.
The Spider-Man
Doctor
6.
Strange kind of. Yes, the Spider-Man 6.
Yo, so we're gonna see Tobey Maguire. We're gonna see Andrew Garfield. You know who I really want to see? Like, in the Spider-Verse, a comic series that came out a couple of years ago, there was a Spider-Man who's actual Uncle Ben, who's a Spider-Man in that universe.
Oh yeah, and he's also it's like Uncle Ben and Peter.
Exactly.
Right.
So I would love to see an Uncle Ben Spider-Man. That'd be crazy.
That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah. You think we'll see a Miles? Not Milo.
Miles, that'd be fun. I
Miles
feel
Morales?
like they might be saving him.
Yeah, I
they
feel
might
like
be saving him,
keeping him in the cartoon animated,
because he's become such a big character. They gotta cast him
really
right.
well. Yeah, of course.
Like,
I totally agree.
Yeah, like they can't just grab anybody for this role anymore. It's like they gotta get it right. It would be great even to just get a glimpse of him.
Oh yeah.
I would really like it if they brought Childish Gambino back in as Prowler.
Oh, that would be so great.
And like see him in action a little bit more, and also that would be our introduction to Miles. Maybe the end credit scene could be the Prowler going home and he sees Miles.
No, I totally agree. No, that sounds like fun. I like this.
What else can we add to it? So do you think with these new additions, or like the villains that are coming into this MCU, do you think they're gonna keep some of these guys around, or do you think they're gonna?
I feel like they wouldn't keep them, but inspire villains in Spider-Man and Tom Holland's universe to act out.
I see. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man, I want to go through like possible castings, but I feel like they've.
Oh, that'll take forever, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think Neil Patrick.
They've already.
A bunch of people's casted right now.
For the Spider-Man movie?
Yeah, I'm like there's a bunch of speculations.
Let me see. Let's quickly go down this rabbit hole. Let's see. Are they really saying Willem Dafoe might come back as Green Goblin?
That would literally be terrifying, but amazing at the same time. You think they'll give him the actual fun, like this terrifying mask, not the Power Ranger plasticky looking mask?
I hope they bring back the original mask that they were trying to use.
I love that movie, but it's such a stupid costume.
Yeah, it was that period where they try to make it more modern.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like maybe Sandman's coming back.
Oh, that'd be great.
Keaton, Charlie Cox, Emma Stone, even Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, that'd be so fun. I don't know how much they can be involved, but even just a little bit would be great.
Seriously, like how much screen time do you give these people?
You can't give them much because you don't want to ruin it, but
right?
You just want to give them enough, which is such a difficult task to do. How do you draw that? Where do you draw that line?
Yeah, that's a tough one because it's like at this point, these kind of cameos, it's more fan service than story driven,
And maybe
so it's like
in the end of our pitch, like Doctor Strange has done in the past, maybe he wipes the minds of everyone in New York so people forget that he's Spider-Man.
Just simple as that.
Yeah, I mean that's what they did in comics, so you can't really complain.
That's true.
But like the way
the way
he did,
or even
what was that?
Or I was thinking even something like how in the comics Peter Parker acts in as Daredevil so that they can trick everybody else.
Yeah,
something like that.
You could easily have a Skrull impersonate Spider-Man.
Exactly. There's that option now too. Which actually, I kind of want to dive into that whole side of things, but what do you think of our pitch? I feel like whatever way this would go out, I would watch it.
Oh, for sure. Like they had me at Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. Tobey Maguire. I wonder what he's doing these days.
Not much.
I guess he probably needs this.
We should definitely talk about the old Spider-Man movies. Maybe not repitch them, but have a retrospective and on the whole trilogy because there's some like really funny stories about him.
With Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, like people in cast.
It's so funny when I hear that like Tobey Maguire was actually a big a-hole.
Oh yeah, exactly. People hated him and like that's a whole different retrospective in itself.
It's just goes to show you can never really know.
Mm-hmm.
Never really know. But oh man, only got down to 2 today.
We'll definitely save this list until maybe sometime else. Episode 75
Absolutely.
maybe. Yeah. Or maybe we're just bored
even,
one day.
Exactly. So what do we do? Matrix 4 and Spider-Man 3.
Exactly. MCU Spider-Man 3. So
let's go one step. Let's give Spider-Man 3 a title. What's the title for this?
So the first one is Homecoming, Far From Home.
Mm-hmm.
At Home? No. We're Home.
We're Home?
Yeah. Homecoming, Far From Home.
Home.
Home Run? No, that makes no sense.
That might be
Homecoming. Homecoming would have been Home Gone. Oh man, I'm just spewing. I like At Home. That does make sense.
Or like Home Spider-Man Home Field Advantage.
Home Field.
It makes sense, but that title sounds so stupid.
It's just a bad. I mean, most.
Yeah.
I'm sure we think of something.
Yeah.
Home Sweet Home. Spider.
That could work.
Yeah.
That
Home Sweet Home. I mean, that's not that great. But if you want to stick with the names.
Or Spider-Man Homies.
Oh, stop. Okay, I'd rather do Home Field of. No, that's terrible. Homies. Oh gosh.
Yes, we'll go with what is it? Home Sweet Home.
Home Sweet Home.
Spider-Man Home Sweet Home. That is the Repitch version of the next Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, super excited for that. So, wow.
Yes.
We went really over time.
We dug deep into this. Kind of a lot of tangent talking, but as always, you guys can find us on our Instagram and Facebook, drp.repitch, or you could shoot us an email over at drpitchit@gmail.com.
Yeah, you guys can please follow us, rate us, berate us, but please do share us. We upload episodes every Wednesdays and Fridays, and we're super excited. And a big shout out to our favorite audio person,
Mr. Joe Yu.
What?
You can find him on SoundCloud. He has his own page, Pandamix, spelled Panda Mics, one word. Just give him a listen on SoundCloud. Great music. He does our intro and outro music for you, for those listening.
Super, super grateful for that.
Yes.
So, David, I put it upon your shoulders to give us our sign-off quote. What is it for today?
So for today, I am bringing you a quote from none other than Space Jam.
Oh, amazing. Space Jam 2. Space Jam, what is it called? Something stupid. A New Legacy is coming out this year, so yeah.
New Legacy. So, but this is from the original Space Jam, the only Space Jam.
Exactly.
So here we go. Come on, Michael. It's game time. Get your hands on, lace up your Nikes, grab your Wheaties and your Gatorade, and we'll pick up a Big Mac on the way to the ballpark.
Jeez. Can you get any more product placement in one sentence? All right. I'll see you guys later.